Let me ask you this. When was the last time that you felt truly fulfilled? Not just busy, not just productive, but deeply satisfied with the life that you're living. If you're struggling to answer, you're not alone. Today, we're diving into what it means to create a life of fulfillment after 50 and why it's never too late to start.
Living our best life. It's good to be alive, but it's best to truly live. Let your spirit fly. Celebrate the journey every single day. Aging with grace and style in our own special way.
Welcome to Aging with Grace and Style, the show where we celebrate midlife and beyond with purpose, joy, and unapologetic confidence. I'm Valerie, and if you're new here, let me tell you, this is a place where we keep it real, we stay inspired, and tackle life's big questions head on. So grab your coffee or tea or whatever your favorite drink is, get comfy, and let's get into it. Today, we're going to dive deep into how to define what fulfillment looks like for you, the key pillars of a fulfilling life, and practical steps to start building a life that lights you up from inside out. Because let's be honest, after 50, it's not about chasing every goal. It's about choosing the ones that truly matter. Fulfillment isn't one size fits all, and it definitely changes as we grow older. What felt important, say, in our 20s and 30s, like climbing the career ladder, raising a family, checking all the success boxes, might not feel the same now. And that's okay. Here's the thing. A lot of us get stuck chasing what I call borrowed dreams. These are the things that we thought we wanted because society, family, or culture told us that we should. But midlife is the perfect time to hit pause and ask, what do I want for myself? What would fulfillment look like if no one else's opinion mattered? Sit with that for a second. It's a powerful question, isn't it? For me, redefining fulfillment came when I realized that I didn't have to do it all. I was so busy being everything to everyone that I forgot about myself. One day I sat down and I wrote out what truly mattered to me. Things like having meaningful connections, pursuing creativity, and feeling healthy and strong. That list became my roadmap. Before we dive into actionable steps, let's talk about something foundational, and that's alignment. You can have all the goals and the dreams in the world, but if your daily life doesn't align with your values, then fulfillment will always feel just out of reach. So, how do we bring our lives into alignment? Let's explore this a bit. The first pillar I'd say is purpose. And no, purpose doesn't have to mean saving the world or starting a new business unless you want it to. Purpose is about finding meaning in what you do, whether it's volunteering, mentoring, or creating something that just brings you joy. Here's an example. A friend of mine found her purpose by volunteering at a local animal shelter. She loves pets, dogs, cats, pigs, you name it, just pets. And it's not what she planned to do after retirement, but it gives her a sense of meaning and connection that she didn't know that she needed. The second pillar, speaking of connection, is connection. At this stage in life, relationships matter more than ever. Who are the people that lift you up, that challenge you, that make you laugh? Nurturing those connections is key to feeling fulfilled. Here's the tip. Take time to reach out to an old friend or plan a lunch with somebody who inspires you. Connection doesn't have to be complicated. It just has to be intentional. And I know I'm telling you to do this, and I should too. That is one area that I definitely could be better at, and I'm going to this year. I promise. We're going to do this one together. The third pillar is wellness. And I'm not just talking about hitting the gym or eating kale, although those are great. Wellness is about feeling good in your body and your mind. It's making space for rest, for movement, and practices that keep you grounded. Try starting your day with a 5-minute meditation or a walk outside. Small steps can create big shifts. What I've started doing over the last week was I get up, I put on clothes. Lately, it's maybe been something that I can kind of work out in, but I can put a jacket on over it so I can be on video calls. But before I go downstairs for my quiet time, I spend 10 minutes walking on the treadmill. And it's not a walk for exercise, although it's been good to spend that 10 minutes just kind of getting the bones and the joints lubricated. But it's part of my morning quiet routine. It gets me up, it gets me moving, it gets my heart going, and it's working out really well for me for those first 10 minutes. So again, it's not my exercise. It gets me some steps in, and I'm really enjoying that, and I need to keep that going. So as I say, just making small shifts, that's going to help. And then finally, there's growth. Fulfillment comes from continuing to learn, evolve, and challenge yourself. What's something new that you've always wanted to try? Maybe it's learning a new language or a creative hobby. Well, this is your time to try it. Recently, I attended PodFest conference, which is a podcasting conference for the second year. And it was such a great experience. I walked in feeling a bit unsure because I had gone last year when podcasting was still kind of new to me. I had looked at the tracks early on and thought this year I wanted to concentrate on video and growth of the podcast. So I was kind of unsure as to what that was going to look like. But I left with so many new ideas, with connections and inspiration. Being open to learning something new, even when it seems a little intimidating, can be incredibly fulfilling. So to truly feel fulfilled, it's essential to ensure that your daily life aligns with what matters most to you. Fulfillment comes from consistency, living in a way that reflects your core values. Here are some thoughts on how to align your life. One would be to audit your time. Take a look at how you spend your time each day. Are your actions supporting what you value? For example, if connection is important to you, then how much time are you dedicating to nurturing relationships? Number 2 would be prioritize what matters. Say yes to things that align with your values and let go of the rest. This is where intentionality meets fulfillment. And then 3, create routines that reflect your goals. Fulfillment isn't just about big moments. It's about the small, meaningful routines that bring joy and balance to your life. When I started prioritizing my mornings for self-care and reflection, I noticed a significant shift. So instead of rushing into my day, I started making sure that I had some quiet time. Now, I just told you I spend 10 minutes on the treadmill first, but I go downstairs and sometimes I sit in my favorite chair. I read a little, I meditate, and I just enjoy the quiet. I feel grounded and I feel more connected to what matters. Those small changes make a big impact. Think about one area of your life that feels out of alignment. What small tweak could you make today to bring it closer to your values? Remember, fulfillment grows from the choices that we make every day. So once your life feels more aligned with your values, the next step is taking intentional actions to build on that foundation. Let's dive into some practical ways that you can start cultivating fulfillment every day. The first step is to start small. Fulfillment doesn't happen overnight. It's built brick by brick. So choose one pillar that we talked about earlier to focus on this week. So whether that's wellness, connection, or purpose. Then take 10 minutes this weekend, maybe, to sit down with a journal. You know I'm always going to mention journaling, and ask yourself, what's one thing I could change to feel more fulfilled? Reflection is a powerful tool for realignment. And then set intentional goals. So when you set goals, make sure that they align with your values. It's not about doing more. It's about doing what matters. For example, instead of saying, I want to be healthier, I'll take a 10-minute walk every morning. And then celebrate progress. Don't wait for the big moments to celebrate. Fulfillment is found in the small wins, like making time for yourself or learning something new or simply just showing up. Here's a simple tip. Start or end your day by writing down 3 things that you're grateful for. It doesn't have to be long and elaborate. It could just be the simple stuff. Like, for instance, today, the plumber finally came to our house to replace my bathtub faucet. And now, mind you, this has been going on for months. It's a new faucet to match the other faucets that I've replaced in the bathroom. And he didn't charge me an arm and a leg. As a matter of fact, when I asked him how much it was, I was surprised at how little he was charging. For that, I was grateful. So gratitude, it shifts your focus from what's missing to what's already beautiful in your life. Today, we explored what it means to create a fulfilling life after 50. We talked about redefining fulfillment, the key pillars that make it possible, and small but powerful steps that you can take to get there. Remember, fulfillment isn't about having it all. It's about creating a life that feels aligned, meaningful, and joyful. And the best part is that you get to define what that looks like for you. What's one step that you'll take this weekend to create fulfillment in your life? I'd love to hear about it. You know, I always say, connect with me on social at I am Valerie Hatcher, or send me a message. I love to hear what you're doing. So here's to creating a life that you love, one intentional step at a time. Until next time, keep shining, keep growing, and keep embracing the beauty of this next chapter. Thanks for hanging out with me today. If you loved this episode, do me a favor. Share it with a friend and leave a quick review. It's a small thing that makes a big difference. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss an episode. And hey, let's keep the conversation going. Join me at pod.agingwithgraceandstyle.com for more tips, stories, and a whole lot of connection. Until next time, keep shining with grace, style, and a touch of sass.